Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, and welcome to the Vitruvian Meeples production of The Powers That Be, a Claim the Sky campaign. I am here with Patrick, ECAT, Julie, and Ray. Tink is still off grading papers, so we're going to see what happens. I'd like to thank those of you that joined us last time for our nice little interlude, our little annual issue. I hope you all had fun with that. I know we did. But we're going to get right back to the main storyline, because I believe we have the Tookus of a supervillain to kick. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to our GM, Patrick. Patrick, please take us back into the world of Excelsior.
All right. When last we left our intrepid heroes, based on some hopefully good advice they received from the mysterious Mr. X, they have traveled out to a base they found on Long Island, full of a group of people known as In Memoriam, who they've dealt with before, a bunch of largely fascist mercenary types, thus, very, free and easy to beat up. They snuck onto the base, went into what they found was the control room, which had a whole bunch of security cameras and other things. And while they were investigating this, a person showed up. Was a little girl somewhere between the age of 8 and 10, just skipping down the walkway in the middle of the base with her long blonde ponytail swaying back and forth as she went. One of the many soldiers on the base went to confront her and ask her what the heck she was doing, at which point a large crate fell upon her, opened up, and revealed that in her power armor, there she was, the Matrix. And she promptly shot him with a glitter cannon that she carries around, which ended his life rather quickly and messily in a cloud of gore and shiny little particles. The party is still inside of the building that they were in, as what appears now to be a large fight is about to erupt outside. And so we begin, as the party is watching the monitors, trying to figure out what they're going to do. So, what is your initial reaction to that bit of horror on the screen?
Just, ew.
Dude.
An interesting choice of weapon. But I am staunchly of the opinion that glitter should never be allowed.
Death by craft herpes, man.
Yeah.
You hear a low buzzing noise, kind of like a helicopter, swiftly approaching.
Okay, that can't be good.
I'm all for a target-rich environment, but let us not be tactically unwise.
And flies onto the base. You don't see it on the cameras. You see it when it rips through the roof of your building, taking off the second floor. And through your building, into the one next to it, crashes through the wall, with a gigantic mechanical bumblebee, and lands itself inside of the building next to you. The the ceiling in the room you're in is partially missing now. There's the second story really isn't there anymore. And so you get a little more, you get some some nice starlight filtering in through all the dust and stuff that's falling upon your heads. You hope the building hasn't been compromised enough as to collapse on top of you entirely.
Yeah.
But that was an unexpected.
Can I suggest we adjust our location settings here, guys?
Yeah.
Sure, I don't want to become honey the wrong way.
Yeah.
So where are you going to go? The doorway to the building that you're in is facing the bottom part of the map. You can kind of see it there with a little awning on top of it. So if you sneak out the door, there is a chance that Matrix probably won't be able to see you because of the angle, unless you travel too far away from the corner of it. The people in the towers, on the other hand, will be able to see you, as were the remaining Somnium Eternium soldier, who is right in line with you. This guy down over here.
Down over, I'm sorry, hold on.
Just above the tents. So he was there with his deceased comrade.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, as much as I am for getting out of the way, I also don't like leaving enemies at our flank. Is the bee considered to have acted in combat at this point?
Not yet. It just flew through your building and into the next one.
Excellent. I'm going to see what I can do to exterminate this little fucker.
You will have to travel into the other building, probably through the hole that it made in the wall, because you do not have line of sight with it.
We can do that.
I trust my ability to get that far in a round.
Okay, so you're going to go around the back or the front of the building?
I'm going to go around the back of the building that we're in right now. Not trying to be particularly stealthy, but also not, hooping and hollering and, clattering anything.
Stealth is less of a concern right now, as all of the alarms are going off.
Okay. Well then.
And there's a firefight that's, seems to be imminent.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the four of you would like to relocate yourselves, because we are not yet in combat.
Yes. I think let's deal with the bee.
Well, my suggestion is that we, as soon as Crash leaves, we follow him, but we duck to the right in front of the truck and at least get behind it, because there's no line of sight beyond the fences. I'm going to call up north, etc., to the north and south and east, and we're not in line of the fighter dude all the way over back to where the one now former warrior who's injected with glitter. So, and again, with all of the sirens and stuff, if we at least, I would like to see if the doors are actually open and see if we might be able to commandeer that vehicle.
Okay. All right, so you're going to shuffle yourselves into the corner you're heading into. All right. So as you are speeding in towards the hole for the other building, you take a look over your shoulder down the alley to in between the two buildings to see what's going on with the combat situation, and something even worse happens. You hear what sounds like rockets or missiles or something flying through the sky, perhaps the things that y'all had seen on the radar last time. One of them, of course, was the giant bee that was coming in low over the horizon. But these ones are dropping in from a higher altitude.
Awesome.
They crash into the ground, much like the the container that landed on top of Matrix. They land on the ground. Instead of opening up, they rotate, twist, arms pop out, and suddenly you see a team. Let me start dropping them onto the map for you. There's Puppy. There is Bunny. Then we have Kitty.
Mine.
Froggy. And last, but not least, by any stretch, Teddy. Teddy is about 10 feet tall, nominally covered in fur and stuff, has gigantic claws on its arms, what look like possibly M2 50 caliber assault machine guns on its arms, and a rack of shoulder-fired missiles on its back.
Wait, where's
Kitty
Teddy?
is very shiny.
Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Froggy is, well, kind of frog-like. And it's nice, a bit larger than a person. Bunny looks absolutely adorable, might I add. And of course, Puppy, well, looks kind of like a robotic dog, except it's, hot pink. Because she likes cute things. And let me add.
Am I already in the building, or do I actually see this happening?
You see this as you're crossing into the building. You watch them land. You may pause for a second if on the way through, like, oh, what the?
Okay. Do I know that they're behind me?
You saw where they land into the
No, these guys.
The
Good.
team.
Yes. You all headed out the door at about the
Okay.
same time.
I'll take care of this. I'll meet you at Teddy Ruxpin.
This is way more than I wanted to meet the eye.
Yeah.
Friends, it is time. Roll for initiative.
Excellent.
Crap.
Let's
No. What did I do? Stop it. Go away.
I'll take a 25.
You certainly will.
Of course, I didn't. I forgot to click on my token, so it's not actually in the turn order.
I can add it to
Yes,
the
so-
turn order.
Patrick, if you
Yeah,
would
I
be so
did
kind.
too. I forgot to
Yeah.
put it on my token.
It's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and of
Hold
course I'm
Okay, so Crash goes at 25. We
Come
have
on. All right. Where's hold on. There. All right. It might be a little left.
no,
Initiative.
I actually rolled decent for once.
Yeah.
I clicked it. I swear to God, I clicked it.
There's a pop-up on the screen
Oh, right.
for effort
Sorry.
assets.
Okay.
Sorry, viewers. It's been a while since we've actually had a decent combat, so we're a little rusty.
And it's a Monday.
And it is, yes, it is very much a
Okay.
Monday.
Oh, okay. And I did the same thing. So,
Yep.
ha, 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 ha.
We all did that. Oh, Ray gets a minor effect.
Ooh.
Okay.
okay. So this groups us together. I'm planning on, of course, kind of having everybody go in their groups together.
Okay.
So the first batch will be Crash, Gen X, and Paw. Matrix and her robots will go. Then all of the fine people from In Memoriam will go. And then Black Ice.
Okay.
So Crash,
Yeah.
you speed into the building.
Mm-hmm. So as I'm speeding in, the little, atomic type lines of coolness that usually surround me, they're still there, but they're kind of a little more fragmented. They kind of look like glass that has been shattered but not yet quite broken. Because I'm leaning into the whole Crash thing. And as I am running around the bee, I am actually going to use both Scratch Existence and Disrupting Touch. They both have range of short because I have range increase. So as I'm running around, some of the shards of reality kind of pivot around and shoot out at the bee.
Okay.
And then I get to my place, which will be about a short distance away, and then I let fly with the main blast that I'm always used to.
All right. Target will be 4.
Okay. So for the scratch existence,
Spectacularly easy to hit in the grand scheme of things because it is large.
Yeah. Okay, so scratch existence difficulty is 4. I am K's mod. I'm not going to put any effort into it. Oh. Hmm. You know what? I'm going to spend an XP and reroll that. Because I really want to hit this guy. Now, granted, this is still only the first of my 2 attacks, but that's beside the point. Nope. Okay. So it still takes 1 damage because I do 1 damage on a miss. And then Disrupting Touch. There we go.
So that's a total of 5 damage?
Total of 5 damage that ignores armor.
All right. So.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, hold on. I forgot surprise attack. So actually... So surprise attack gives me an asset on the attack. So actually, that first scratch existence would have hit. So I'm going to take my XP back, and it inflicts 2 additional points of damage. So scratch existence does 6, disrupting touch does 6. So that's 12 damage that ignores armor.
Okay, hang on a second here.
Sorry about that.
I have to do math in my head. There we go. Let me move him up a little bit so it's a little easier to see.
Yep. He's not dead yet.
And no.
Damn it.
It's a very large machine, as I said.
Fair enough.
Okay, and you can see the bar across the top?
No.
No, okay, hang on a second here.
You can see them for all the rest, but not for the bee.
Okay, so attributes, our player permissions can see bar 1. Include. That is curious.
Oh well.
Here. Yeah, because it's not showing up for me either, which is the curious part.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. I see what I see.
There we go. That's after ignoring armor.
Yes. Remember, you're attacking a large vehicle.
Shit. All right.
It's kind of like getting into a fist fight with a helicopter. That said, you have damaged it, actually.
Okay.
All right. So, Gen X and Paw.
Yes.
There is a whole lot happening all around you all of a sudden.
Yes.
I'm thinking that we should help finish off the bee so that we don't have that behind us before we go and take on anything else.
Alas, that seems to be the tactical solution.
Okay.
And fortunately, it's indoors, so the rest of the firefight going on outside will at least give you some cover from the large cement wall that separates you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I motion for Paw to enter the building. Seeing the immediacy of the situation, I'm going to motion for Paw to enter the building behind Crash so that we're going to attack the bee.
Yeah.
And now the building that we have entered, again, is it just general storage?
Okay, interestingly, sort of. There's a bunch of storage on the, from your perspective, the left side of the building. Where the bee is, there is some sort of large bit of construction equipment it is trying to get its hands on. It seems to be some large CNC sort of thingy. You're not quite sure. Were Tank here, she would be able to tell you exactly what the device is. But it is occupying a central part. It has, kind of like an input and output part on it and a whole bunch of dials and other things. And Buzzy is grabbing it inside of its 6 mechanical arms while still flying inside of the room, which is causing a bit of wind interference for everyone.
If I look on the floor around me, is there any clutter, any debris, any...
Yes, they do keep the place fairly clear, but there's a whole bunch of cement and door from where Buzzy blasted in through the wall.
And what would you say is the direct distance from where let's say if we're in the doorway, how a straight line to the bee is about how far?
Not very far at all. It itself is fairly large. It's like bumping up against the roof and breaking apart the roof where it is. So you'd say that you have maybe 3 yards from the doorway to where it is. It takes a bit of effort to get around because the thing it's getting occupies the middle of the room. It occupies the right half of the building. It's occupying about half of that space itself.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Sure. There, that is. Is the bee completely remotely operated? There's nobody.
You do not know whether it is remotely operated, self-aware, or following a program.
But there doesn't seem to be a pilot.
You do not see a pilot.
Okay.
A pilot might be able to fit inside of this one. The other one's not. Except if there could be somebody inside of Teddy if they were wearing it like a big powered suit. The other ones are very unlikely. They're not very human shaped and look like they'd probably murder anybody who was in it the second they move. It's like Bunny and Puppy and Kitty are fairly small in the grand scheme of things. Froggy might fit a person inside, but once again, if it did anything, it'd kill them. So, but Buzzy, on the other hand, that it could be a piloted by a single person. Seems unlikely though.
Okay. All right. I want to disincentivize it.
All right.
So, Ray, for the benefit of our viewers, could you please describe what disincentivize does?
Well, at this stage of the game, I now have the special ability to hinder actions attempted by any number of targets in my short range who can understand me. I'm going to assume, at least, that this thing is taking some kind of command and can at least take input from something and try to get it to stop, or at least hinder it for a round.
All right. I will allow it. Target for Buzzy is 4.
Okay, so this is 1 intellect cost. Do I just do an intellect roll, or do I apply that to a skill?
No, you can just do it as an intellect roll because I didn't put it under attacks for you.
Okay, that's true. That's true. All right. And hold on, because I want to see this. Where did you go? There you are. Come back here. There we go. And oh, hold on. Click to roll. All right. Now I got to go back to here. Nope. I got to go back to, there we go. Input value 4. Submit. We're going to throw in an effort.
Okay.
And go. All right.
Nice.
Excellent.
Clicking up
All right. So what do
apply
you
cost.
tell Buzzy?
So I see what it's doing. I take a quick second in order to see what it's futzing with. I put my hands up to my mouth. And I yell, "Hey, that's not the toys you're looking for."
So as you do this, the 6 mechanical arms stop. It backs up a little bit, tilts forward, and takes a look at the thing it was trying to pick up. It's like, huh? All right, paw.
Actually, hold on.
Oh, wait, that's an enabler.
Yeah, disincentivize does not take his action.
You're doing, so what would you like to do for your other action? Because you're just yelling that as you're heading in.
Yes. Now then, so this is going to be a discovery for Gene because he is reasonably beyond the testing that we did early on. This is the first real, and even with the mimes and stuff like that, this has got him pumped up more than he's been in years. So he picks up a hunk of concrete just because it's right there. And as he does this, let me get the thing because I got to see what it is. All right. And he energizes the object. He puts he takes an I'm going to take an action, and I'm going to energize this hunk of concrete. Not really realizing that I'm doing it, but I'm basically activating it to give extra damage as soon as it makes contact with Buzzboy over there.
Okay. As you're doing this, you hear something you very rarely have heard in years. It's been a long time. Is that strange susurration in the back of your head from your alien? As you're staring at this thing, you're holding on to it, and you start hearing the voice happening again, which once again has been silent for years. You really haven't heard much out of him, but there it is. You're like, huh. All right, paw.
Okay, so since it has not officially acted in at this point.
Yep. Yeah, next inside.
Patrick?
Yes.
Okay.
It has not attacked anybody yet.
Okay, so I am going to use surprise attack and in conjunction with medium swipe. I'm going to basically pounce at it and take a big ass swipe along it and hopefully be able to do some damage and hopefully daze it for a round.
All right.
So
target 4.
Actually, target 3 because it's hindered from the disincentivize.
Excellent. Target 3.
Actually,
it's doing a good job of defending itself then.
Yeah, and I get an asset.
You get an asset. Yep. From surprise attack.
Oh.
3.
Okay.
Oh, and 1 effort. Asset. 6. There we go.
Okay, so 5 damage.
7 damage.
Yes,
7 damage.
surprise attack adds 2 additional points of damage.
All right. Y'all are chipping away at it.
Yep, that's the point.
Okay. And on to what's going on outside. Now, let's see. Paw is now inside the building as well. So Black Ice, you will be able to see some of what's going on outside. So Matrix, standing over there in her powered armor suit, her feet erupt because she's wearing rocket boots. And she flies up about 15 feet into the air to give herself, some better perspective. And then all hell breaks loose.
More?
Because cute little kitty looks up at the one tower over here. And its eyes glow that peculiar green color that, cats have, whenever you see them behind, let's see. There we go. That nice green color when a cat's laser eyeing you because it's backlit. Shoots 2 green lasers at the one tower, setting it on fire and vaporizing the person upon it. Let's see.
Hey, then.
Well, fuck.
Froggy turns around. A large tongue shoots out of its mouth. Hits the guy on the opposite tower. And takes his head clean off. He drops dead. Very much so, might I add. Teddy maneuvers himself over here. And takes a swipe at the one Memento Mori, knocking him absolutely silly. Fortunately, he's not quite alive, so he doesn't have to worry about all the pain that was just caused, but he may be missing a limb or two. So, Bunny hops over towards here, and Puppy starts scampering in the direction of you guys. Not very quickly, though. It doesn't move very well because it's a puppy. Let's see. Matrix, robots, Somniatarium, of which there is now precisely 1 left, attempts to open fire on Bunny unsuccessfully because, well, it's in the middle of jumping rather quickly. The Bunny is shockingly fast. For Memento Mori, here. Yeah, working around these things on the map is kind of a pain sometimes. Let's see. Change my map. Rotate. There we go.
To our
So
viewers,
out of the nearby building, 2 more Memento Mori pop out.
I'm working on video coverage. Viewers, give me 1 moment here.
So 2 more Memento Mori pop out and open fire on Froggy and Teddy. 2. Oh, man. Why are you allowing that to hop on top of the thing that I'm working with? That's delightful.
Yep.
All right. So they open fire on Teddy and Froggy, causing some amount of damage. Requiem goes. These are the rest of the soldiers around. They start shooting absolutely everywhere to very little effect for the most part. So they are spraying what you assume is some sort of cover fire. You're not quite sure what they're doing. The few of them inside of the ring of tents start making their way toward the actual conflict. The black ice. It has gotten very loud outside. People are screaming. People are dying. Robots are clanking around all over the place. And this little maniac girl inside of a powered armor suit flying around is cackling like Salacious Crumb at all of the mayhem she appears to have caused. And of course, your friends are beating upon a very large bumblebee inside of the warehouse.
Right. So, in relation to me, how big is Puppy?
Not terribly big. Puppy is about perhaps 3 feet long, maybe about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
It's the smallest of the robots out there.
Awesome.
Kitty is a little bit bigger.
Okay. I'm going to try my brand new skill of stasis on Puppy to get him to just stop moving and advancing towards us while the rest of the team is dealing with the bee.
Does stasis stop movement or stop actions?
You surround a foe of your size or smaller with scintillating energy, keeping it from moving or acting for 1 minute as if frozen solid.
Well, in your case, the frozen solid thing's going to be quite accurate. So you're going to encase it in ice.
Yeah.
All right. So roll them. Target for Puppy is going to be 4. Although, I'll give you an asset on this since it's your first time doing this.
Thank you. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Thank you.
So what minor effect would you like to have? Or you can have it get damaged during the process of getting frozen.
Damage gets frozen. So I reach out and just kind of like stop. Just stop. And it seems to work.
Yes. You reach out and you feel the cold that's always part of you, except you don't feel it so much anymore, of course, since
Right.
your nerves were last affected. But so what you feel is this cold building up inside of you, moving down your arms and projecting. And then suddenly ice crystals start swirling around it and then clinging to it as all of the moisture anywhere in the atmosphere near it clings to it and freezes it solid. And it skids to a halt. So it's still loping forward, but so like gets to about here-ish and then just stops, frozen. So since you rolled a 19, you can have a additional effect, or you can have it just take damage from it.
Take damage.
That sounds like exactly what happened.
Excellent.
It basically slid forward, crashed into the building, and is no longer moving for a minute.
Yep.
For 1 minute.
Ooh, that's a long time in combat terms.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Okay.
It cannot be harmed after, once it's it does say one in stasis, target is impervious to harm and cannot be moved.
Okay. Let's see. I will give it a blue color to note that it is frozen, plenty solid, and of course the ice is giving it armor because, well, it's in a block of ice right now.
Yep.
Right.
Very comic book fashion. So it's not like a sheen of ice around it. No, surprisingly, there was gallons of water floating in the atmosphere right there, due to some weird meteorological thing, and encased it in feet of ice.
Love it.
It actually works.
Okay. Up next, Crash, Gen X, and Paw.
So, Gen X, you've got the hunk of concrete sitting in your hand that's energized.
Mm-hmm.
So Tink and I had this thing worked out called the crash and burn. So I'm going to look over at Gen X and say, toss it! Toss it here.
And just sort of instinctively, I look to my left and I fling it up into the air.
Okay. So I'm going to do the double combo again. I'm going to hit it with Scratch Existence normally, but then I'm going to reenact the crash and burn and focus the disrupting touch at the hunk of concrete to super propel it into the bee.
All right. So roll both of your attacks. Ray, roll an attack based on the energized concrete, so we see how much damage it does.
Okay. So
unarmed attack.
So
hang on, let's take a look at the skill.
I say a energized object. I believe it does a flat 3 damage.
Okay. We'll add that 3 damage then.
Okay. So it's disincentivized and it's dazed from paw, right?
It is.
Okay. So that's an effective difficulty of 2. I love it. Okay, so that's just the Scratch Existence. That's the one that I did normally. So I'm just gonna, by the way, just do the extra 4 damage. So it's doing 8 damage that ignores armor. The shards fly out and kind of do an arc around, kind of like the same arcs that are around me, and just kind of basically garrote it around the neck. Now my initiative order is 50. That's awesome.
It keeps increasing it every time it goes past.
So now I'm going to do the disrupting touch. If I can get my mouse to work here. Come on.
No, not yet.
Mouse is being glitchy. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Good boy. There we go. Difficulty of 2. Boom. 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 And sure, I'll add an... Nah, I won't add an asset to damage, so I'm already doing it with the thing. Come on. There we go. So that's 4 damage plus whatever bonus I get from the energized object, and again that ignores armor.
Okay, so that's 8, 12. So it is starting to billow smoke.
Excellent.
And it is not flying correctly. So it crashes up against the wall and goes boop, and then lands onto the floor. Severely damaging the piece of equipment it was trying to take, by the way.
Awesome. Okay, so is it on its stomach, side, or back?
It's still on its feet.
It's still on its feet. Okay.
So it could theoretically kind of walk around or whatnot, but the wings are not functioning right now. One of them seems to have broken.
Okay.
So I'm just going to interject for 1 second. Ray, since you took your turn to do that, can we assume that you kept up the disincentivize? Since it's an enabler and doesn't take your action?
Yes.
Okay.
Double clicked. So, paw.
Okay, so I'm going... Sorry, I'm being interrupted by cats, oddly enough. I am going to jump on its flank, and I'm gonna do a just just a heavier single attack. Just gonna just grab and just kind of just with the claws and kind of pull.
Okay.
So
you're going to try to take a hunk out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
Difficulty.
its target is now 2.
I will take that. I'm going to go for the extra damage and see if I can take this thing out. So that was
12.
That was 9 points of damage, not including the bonus.
Yep.
So that's 12 points of damage.
All right.
Crash zooms
You
by
managed to pull its head off. Sparks fly everywhere. The wings on the one side start beating madly. The other two cut off. It starts spinning around, crashes across, and conveniently bowls out the wall on the far side.
Crash zooms by, and whatever position your hand is in, he gives you a high five.
Yeah. Okay. One down. Just we don't know that puppy's out of action.
Yep.
So, oh boy. Now that your team can be easily seen by all of the combatants on the field because something flew out of the wall of the building, crashed into a smoldering heap, and the group of you are standing there. Well, 3 in the building and 1 just to its side.
One us, one me.
Everybody pauses for a moment and looks at you. And you hear through a loudspeaker a young girl's voice saying, "Ooh, more playmates!" All right, so Matrix goes next. Unfortunately, I clicked that one too many times. Let's see. So, Gen X, Paw, and Crash are going to. You are being attacked by a curiously glitter-shaped glitter projectile gun
Okay.
in a blast format. So your target to needs you to make a speed defense target 5.
Oh man, I actually have to roll for that.
Let's see.
That's it.
I don't have anything for that part.
There you go.
Okay. Theoretically, can I use power shift resilience against something like that?
No, that's might defense.
This is speed defense. Thank you. Sorry. Ah, boy. Here we go.
Hey, you'll power up your absorb energy.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Actually, yes, and remember that when you take damage, that it absorbs one of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Paw, speed defense target 5.
What was that? Speed defense target 5?
Yep.
Your deck shifts come into play here, so that'll lower it.
Okay. All right, so that should take it down to a 4. No, I totally.
Okay,
I don't think
so
throwing an effort would have helped.
Crash
Yeah.
takes 1 point of damage because
Okay.
this is an area, a tight area effect weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You avoid the most of it, but there's glitter everywhere.
Yep.
And Gen X and Paw both take 5 points. Minus armor, of course.
Well, I don't wear armor, so excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take that off my might or my
Yes.
speed.
Might.
Actually, yeah. Usually start with your might.
Okay.
5 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Black Ice is on the other side of the wall and did not get hit.
Ray, I know you
Yeah,
have
I'm
armor.
hiding behind the building.
What?
Ray, I know you have armor. How much armor do you have?
No. Wait. 1. I don't know if it's my old super suit.
No, it's so that is your resilience shift, and then you have another effective one from the absorb energy. So you should give yourself 2 points of might back.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
All right. The robots. So Puppy is out of action and Buzzy is out of action. Buzzy is busy, smoldering to pieces. All right, so
There's a BuzzFeed joke in there somewhere. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Teddy takes a moment to level its cannons upon the Memento Mori soldiers and
Okay.
kills one and rips the other one into some delightful pieces. It is not doing, terribly well. But fortunately, there are a couple other ones there, so don't feel too bad for those guys yet.
Are you sure this guy's not on our side?
Oop, wait, nope. So Bunny jumps on the Somnium Eternium and just jumps on him and jumps up. Bam! Knocks him to the ground. That hurts a lot. Froggy takes target on one of the Requiem guys who does not survive in much the same fashion as the one before. Loses his head to its long, tongue-like projectile. Not very good. The remaining Requiem folks take a shot at Froggy and cause him some amount of damage. And let's see. Okay, so Kitty advances a bit, try to get a shot around Buzzy, and takes aim at let's be nice. Takes aim at Crash. Speed defense.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 4.
I make it.
All right.
I'm
excellent.
trained. I have 2 bonus from deck shift, and I have an asset because I'm still phase shifted.
Which is very good. So the lasers miss you and burn a very nice hole through the wall behind you.
Well, no, that was just downright rude.
All right. And last but not least, Black Ice is up.
Okay. So from where I am peeking through between the 2 destroyed buildings, can I see make
Yes, you can see she is currently flying around about 15 feet up in the air around the position of the middle tower. So you can get a spot on her fairly easy as she kind of drifted off to the side a bit to take a shot and then is now kind of drifting back out, hoping not to get hit by the fine folks that are inside of the building.
Okay. So is she being so like? Do I have a straight shot at her?
You can probably hurl some ice at her without too many problems. She doesn't have any extra cover or anything like that.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to try stasis again, but with a range boost. I think. Let me pull that up. I need a range boost because my distance is short on the stasis.
Yeah, she's in medium range to you.
Right. So I want to use my range boost for that. My
Okay.
Cypher. And I want to try the stasis thing again because I'm kind of flying high off of the success. Holy shit, it worked with Puppy.
Yeah.
Shift accuracy, does that apply to this?
Yeah, because it's an attack.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so what is my difficulty?
All right, your difficulty for this, she has assets on account of her armor, so this is going to be a difficulty 6.
Okay.
Might I suggest throwing some effort at this?
That's what I was just thinking. I'm going to put an effort in.
Put 2 in. You're going to do it right.
Yeah. I only got 2 to use it.
That's fine.
Do I get any asset for flying high off of the first one?
No, this is a tricky shot.
It was worth a try.
Yeah.
And how do I do anything with the range to use the Cypher? It's been so long since I've used one.
Nope, you just use it.
Yeah, there's a little box that says used if you want to click that.
Okay. Marking it used. Please, please, please work. Please, please, please work. Wow. You know what? I'm going to use an XP.
There you go.
So you just use 1 XP, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do that again. We're going to try that again.
Let's try that again. Patrick?
Yes.
Difficulty of 6, you said?
Yep.
Yes.
So it's actually a 5 for you because your accuracy shift comes into play.
That's what I was wondering. Okay. Thank you.
So, oh wait, actually, hold on. Because of the accuracy shift, she would have hit. Because she hit a 3.
But the difficulty was 6, so it drops to a 5.
And then she put 2 levels of effort into it to bring it down to 3.
So I got a 4.
So that should have been a difficulty 3 because of her accuracy shift.
Yeah.
And a 9.
So
and that hits.
So that would have hit.
Yep.
All right, I'm taking my XP back then.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. She is frozen. But there's a slight problem. Her rocket boots are melting the ice very quickly. So you don't know how long this will hold her.
Fine, but she can't move.
True enough.
Does that mean she gets to plummet to the ground?
No, actually, her rocket boots are still running. So she's just kind of hovering.
She has no control over them.
Come on, it's time for the little girl to be grounded.
All right. So, as we start the next turn, I think this is a perfect time for a GM intrusion.
Excellent.
Crash. you're looking out at this battlefield here, and you're seeing there's a whole bunch of enemies who are now starting to all turn towards you guys because you're doing a fairly effective job. You're speeding up to the point where you get this weird thing that occasionally happens where the world slows down around you. Everything is, just starting to slow. Gives you a second to think. You really can't move that much faster when this is happening because, well, your body only goes so fast. You're looking out upon the battlefield. You've seen your friends are already starting to take hits from these things. The majority of the enemies have not really opened up with most of their weaponry, and heaven forbid if they both turn on you. And so you start thinking something in the back of your head, which is, if you can run past Kitty, you can be out of here. You could just leave them. You could be down that road around the corner before any of these people can blink. You'll effectively disappear as best you know. So please, take your 2 experience points and decide, are you going to do the selfish thing, or are you going to risk your ass in the hopes that maybe you guys can survive this?
Well, I'm going to give the other XP to Black Ice because the stasis trick was just very cool. And then I'm out. Crashes hauling ass.
Okay. Let's see. There you are. So you are heading down the road.
Yep. Also, Patrick, check the chat. Or check your Facebook chat.
All right. So, Crash hauls ass. And as I said, from as best you guys can tell, you see just the blurring lines behind him as he just streaks away. Gen X and Paw.
I look in the direction of the whatever energy field and just mutter under my breath, that son of
Yep. Okay.
So from our vantage point, we are still technically in the back of the building.
Yes.
The cooling hunk of broken bee is there, and we can see Kitty and presumably Matrix.
You can see Kitty, Matrix. You can also see Teddy over the containers that surround the tower, and
Okay.
you should have a bit of an angle on at least the rear few Memento Mori guys. So movement wise, you can run forward and clear the building easily enough and just basically into the fray. And otherwise, you can poke back through the hole that you came in from and catch back up. Either you can sneak back behind the building that Black Ice is hanging around the corner of, or into the alley there and forward, basically up to where Puppy is. Unless you use any movement abilities that you may have, such as, flight or jumping or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to. Oh, that's right. Player can't ping. I actually what I want to do is actually sneak the building to the behind the crates that are to the right of Kitty and get myself into a nice hidden position.
Okay, you can do that. So move yourself over there. So basically between the crates and Buzzy, which will give you some good cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically
right.
back there.
Yes. All right, Generator, where are you heading?
Well, I'm reconning with Black Ice because I don't know if she saw what we saw, and she doesn't deserve to be left alone in this situation.
Okay. So move yourself back with Black Ice.
It's behind the building, close to the truck.
Okay. Crash, Gen X, and Paw. Matrix is swiftly melting, but is otherwise not taking any moves at the moment. So the robots move. So Teddy fires his rocket boots and moves closer to your position. Still does not have a line of sight on Paw and cannot see either of you, but is heading in your general direction. Oh boy. Likewise, Froggy executes a very dynamic leap, plants himself over here. Kitty skulks forward because, well, you knocked their leader out of action. And then Bunny bounces off of this fine individual again, poor asshole, and lands back over here. So onto our illustrious friends, our fascist mercenaries. So the two Hail Memento Mori soldiers move forward along with their significantly injured and damaged companion, and they open up on Bunny because that's the one they actually have, a good target on. And the Requiem crew open fire on Matrix. Most of their weapons, though, are not terribly effective against the armor she is wearing. Somnium, who still somehow is not yet dead, also takes a shot at her with his far more powerful weapon. He has a heavy caliber rifle, similar to a sniper rifle, and takes a shot at her and actually seems to perhaps do some damage to the rocket boots she is using because, well, she's encased in ice, but once again, it's melting. So they're trying to take advantage of that. And meanwhile, soldiers are rearranging themselves out of their defensive positions. The two who were tending to the fire that you started last week have moved into the base. And the others are starting to close in on, you cannot tell if primarily you guys or the robots.
Dina, hold on, cat plastic bag. Incoming.
Bedroom, I think. I didn't see her come in. I'm going to get me some tea and possibly help wrangle a cat who's apparently got her head stuck in a bag.
So we don't have a "we'll be right back" screen yet. I'll work on that for next time. But in the meantime, we'll be right back. And we're back. Let's pick up right where we left off.
Jump up and then rain hell from above,
Okay.
which he's not expecting. Since Crash isn't there, basically it's our turn.
Right. 'Cause right now,
And
Puffy is. I took care of the dog for the moment. By the way, I don't know if you were able to. You had noticed that while you were
I
inside.
noticed he wasn't the same color and not moving much. So
Yeah.
good job. That's nice. That's
Thanks.
nice.
Go me.
Next time I have a kegger, I'm gonna.
All right. Well, based on. So I peek around the building again, and it looks like I got a clean line to Kitty. Am I reading that right, Patrick?
Yeah, you can see Kitty and Teddy pretty easily. If you
Yeah.
shift a bit more, you could hit Froggy or Bunny.
I kind of like having the building as something resembling protection here.
I agree with that.
So, is it Teddy that's got has actually gotten some damage?
Bunny has taken the most damage. Teddy has taken very little.
All right. I'm gonna aim for Bunny then. And I'm going to use my physical onslaught, which I have a power shift on and an increased range on.
And I believe you're trained in that, aren't you?
Yes, I am trained in it. I don't know if that actually just means I got it.
That means it's attacks with it are one step easier. It's like being trained with any other skill.
All right. You know what? This sounds like a fabulous time for a GM intrusion. So would you like to take the intrusion or cough up an XP to avoid it?
To whom are you speaking?
This is to Black Ice.
Repeat of me. You know what? Because you've had that look on your face, I'm going to spend the you go away for this round, this moment anyway.
All right. Bunny's
Okay.
target is 4.
Because I'm trained? Is that how I'm reading it?
Well,
That's already taken into account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his base target's 4, so plug that in, and then I don't believe you have any assets on him otherwise.
No. Left.
Yay.
All right.
So I step around long enough to do my cup. Because I haven't learned the hand motion. Like shuriken throw sends ice out towards Bunny.
All right. So Bunny gets pelted with ice shuriken. Takes some good damage for it too. Is not looking very good right now. All right. So Gen X and Paw.
Okay. I am going to actually use my jump, land in the middle, right here.
Okay.
Before she does that, I want to jump out and using the range of Matrix, Bunny, Teddy, Kitty, and Froggy Poo, and use disincentivize.
Okay. So you leap up using your flight, so you're kind of flying up in the air. And oh shoot, since somebody else, deprived me of an intrusion, it's time for one for you.
Sorry about that, bud.
No, you're not. Don't
You
lie to
fly
me.
up, and you are about to say something until you see something absolutely horrifying. You realize that at least some of the missiles on the missile rack on the back of Teddy are anti-aircraft missiles, and they automatically fire at you the second you leave the ground and are floating up.
Okay.
So, what are you going to do to not get blown up?
Yell, oh shit.
Don't forget to take your XP and give the other to someone else. Assuming you don't want to spend the XP on, not getting shot at by a
No. I'm good. I'm good. No, you can get that. And
so who will get the other?
the other XP is going to Black Ice.
Wow, thank you guys.
Okay. All right. So, oh shit reflexes have kicked in. And I have this stored energy as I'm jumping up. I see the movement from the missiles. And so I am going to use my effort enhancer Cypher, which I can apply one free level of effort to any task, including a combat task, without spending points from a pool. And I am going to release my energy on those mofos. Did they
All
both
right.
launch? How many have been launched?
Oh, from Teddy, a small collection. They're fairly small missiles, so they're just kind of
Are they
swirling around.
staying in close formation?
Fairly, yes.
Okay, so I'm
So
like basically
you think you
aiming
can
at
hit it,
the
basically
field.
do like a flak attack type of thing on it.
Okay.
All right. How about you give me a speed defense target 4, and I will give you an asset because actually I'll give you 2 assets because that's actually a pretty clever thing to do.
Woo. Okay. Speed. Wait, hold on. There I am. Oh, speed's doing fine. I'm throwing an effort into that as well. And then 2 assets. Okay.
Ooh. And even a special on it. So you see the missiles coming up. So before you can say anything,
Right.
you raise up your hands, you shoot out a spray of energy, which energizes all of the missiles, which all explode in midair as they're coming towards you, raining down all sorts of fire and shrapnel everywhere, but interestingly, not damaging you in the process. So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
All right. And Paw.
Okay. So now I'm going to, there we go. Now I'm going to jump kind of in, it's about the middle of the bit of the arc we got going on. And I am going to use goad to get them to focus on me. It is an action. So you attempt to go to target into a belligerent and probably foolish reaction. Let's see.
No.
And I am trying to remember how to actually
There we go.
How to actually use it.
Speed 12 minus 3 is not okay. That's good.
Yeah, a second here. Okay, let's see.
But I haven't done that. Never mind. Okay.
Okay, so it's action to
Okay.
initiate. So,
Who are you going to use it on?
oh, let's see. I
And you
am.
can increase its effective area by raising the difficulty and making a stunt of it. If you wish to, for instance, get all of the people that are in front of you to go do
Yes.
something stupid and attack you.
Yes, that's what I would like to do.
Okay, so let's call this a target 5.
Okay. Target 5, and I think I just roll it as an roll of words are hard. Intellect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's an intellect skill.
Okay.
You may want to put some effort into that, perhaps.
Yes. Difficulty 5. I'm going to put 2 effort into it. Actually, since I jumped out from a hidden area, can I use surprise attack to to get an asset on this?
Sure. Let's give you an asset for surprise attack because, yeah, you spring out in front of them.
I don't think they were expecting that. Ah,
And you weren't expecting that.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's
Okay.
not an automatic GM intrusion.
Nope. You can spend an
No.
XP to re-roll it if you want.
I'm going to use an XP to re-roll it. Okay. And let's try that again. Ooh. There we go.
All right.
And basically, it would be the extra 2 points of damage since this is not a damage inducing attack. Just if we can convert that to is them focusing on me because I'm trying to give Jean and Nevada a chance to either rain holy hell or get the hell out of here.
All right. All right. So that is Gen X and Pa. So up next.
Patrick,
Yes.
I would like to do a player intrusion.
Excellent.
So, you said there are some missiles flying around from Teddy.
Yes.
So here is what you all see. That little canopy up by the north entrance, the nice little dome thing. You see the blur of Crash come up the side. This thing.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Launch himself into the air. Snag one of the missiles from Teddy out of midair and spike it down on him like I just scored a touchdown.
Now, is that during whenever I was doing my speed defense?
No.
Okay.
You said some of the missiles were anti-aircraft, but not all of them, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm getting one of the ones that wasn't.
Yeah. He was in his next attack is shooting a whole fuck ton of missiles at y'all. So yes, you're catching it just as it's launching.
Yep.
Excellent.
Okay.
He slams down, and basically, I'm using the disrupting touch as, again, as kind of the same enhancer for the damage to try to basically ram it through whatever armor Teddy has. I want to take him out of commission for, let's say, a round.
All right.
At least.
Because of this act of heroism and utter stupidity of attacking the biggest guy on the field, as one does. Well, actually, this is twice now you've attacked the biggest guy on the field.
Yep.
This is becoming a habit.
I know.
Okay. So, roll your attack. Let's see. They are target 4. I will give you 2 assets for, well, one for doing an intrusion and the other because the utter madness about what you're about to engage in.
Okay. And can I get, since I'm doing this basically since I'm using disrupting touch, it's basically a ranged attack at point blank range. Can I get easing for that?
Sure. Yes.
I believe that means I hit because you said 2 assets and then I have an attack mod in it. So yes, I hit.
Okay. So here's what happens. You shove the missile back into the tube it was flying out of. With the disrupting touch, the missile detonates. The other missiles inside of it detonates. The ammunition for its 50 caliber rifles detonates. All inside of Teddy. Teddy explodes. In the surrounding explosion, Bunny happens to blow up as well. Get back over here. There we go.
I will volunteer to take massive amounts of damage for the sake of drama.
Oh, don't
Yes.
wait for it. And you take 10 points of damage from the shrapnel fire and other things from several missiles and a bunch of 50 caliber ammunition and 2 robots exploding.
Okay. I'm assuming I am knocked back a decent amount as well.
You're knocked back up against the container behind.
Got it.
Poof.
Oh.
Which container? Where
2 of
Paul
the guys
was?
off the field. The one right here.
Oh, okay. He's
Basically,
right there.
he jumped behind it, did it. It exploded and threw him back.
So I'm still in the air when this happens.
Yes.
So imagine my surprise to see somebody, not just 1, but 2 people in the same airspace.
One of whom doesn't fly.
Exactly. So
you can get some good air when you can run that fast.
Mm-hmm. Crap. Okay. Speed. Okay. I want to, like, as soon as he makes contact with the container, you see Kitty and Froggy go, and they're eyeing him, as well as Matrix for that matter.
Oh, remember, you and Pa have just gone. This is at the same time when it fires at you. It launches the missiles at you. You get them.
Oh, crap.
And
okay.
she's jumped over.
Okay. I'm sorry. I saw Crash and then I saw my name underneath it.
Yep. I'm using you guys as a group.
All right. So do I just stay hovering in the air right now?
Yeah, until your turn comes up. This is all happening very fast, of course.
It is all happening very fast. Okay.
All right. Matrix is more or less getting melted, so she is starting to fall back over these assholes, of course, because, she's not that bright. She's a fucking, 8-year-old girl. All right.
I don't know.
Robots.
Civilian cover sounds pretty smart to me.
Okay, so Pa.
Yes.
First up will be Kitty. So roll a speed defense to try not to get roasted by the lasers or chase them around because, well, lasers. Target 4.
Pew pew pew.
Remember, your deck shift comes into play.
Yep. Crap.
Okay. Take 7 points of damage from kitty lasers.
Ow. This is an FYI. I'm now down to 2 might. I'm like,
That's okay. You're not down till you're all zeroed out. Just remember that. And you're running out of enemies, at least, for the robots.
yeah. Oh man, I'm
The
gonna
assholes with the
coffee
machine
after
guns are a
this.
different story.
What?
The assholes with the machine guns are a different story.
Yeah.
All right. And Froggy tries to make an attack. So, same defense.
Hold on. Put some effort into that. Okay, at least I beat that one.
Okay. So the tongue zips past your head and then, returns to the big mouth that it came out of. And it makes an electronic ribbit noise. All right. So, remaining Somnium Eternium once again takes a shot at Matrix. Now that the ice is largely gone, it's having a better effect on her. Actually lands a shot. Memento Mori. Let's see. Who can they see? Oh, well, let's see. Those 2 guys are gone. Those 2 are behind the container. That one's in a block of ice. So they're going to take a shot at Matrix as well. But once again, not doing nearly as much because they don't have as heavy of weapons. Okay. So we have a couple of Requiem who are still in the area, so they are gang up on Kitty and do some relatively halfway, not awful damage. And nope, that guy's still up in his tower. Right. Okay. The black ice.
Okay. So I've pretty much been left alone so far.
That's the delight of being a ranged person who froze the one that was going after you.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm going to sneak up. So I'm still between the buildings here.
Yeah.
So I'm in that little alley there. So I
Yeah.
can actually
You're
see.
creeping forward.
And I sneak.
Okay.
I take a look around to see the status of Puppy Dog, if he's still down and out.
It's still pretty frozen. It's melting, but not that fast.
Okay. I'm staying back enough so that the assholes with the guns don't see me there. So those that have snuck up after.
Those 3 guys over here.
Yeah. Especially the guy right on the corner closest to me. And I'm going to aim onslaught towards Frog. I don't know. Can I see Froggy for where I am, or is Kitty a better line of sight?
The walls over here are in some very suspicious shapes, so yes. You can see both Froggy and Kitty.
Then I'm going to go send an onslaught to Froggy.
Okay.
Let me get my mouse to behave. Okay. Physical. Difficulty.
Target is 4.
4. And does that... My shifts are already applied, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Eventually, someday, I will learn this stuff.
That's right.
And then we'll switch the systems
Yeah.
and do something else entirely.
Exactly. I have no asset. And there we go.
Nice.
So again, the little ice shuriken go flying out from my hand.
Okay. Froggy takes some pretty heavy damage. Is not looking good. All
And then I
right.
duck back into the alleyway.
Okay, so Crash, Gen X, and Paw.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm going to take my action to recover.
That sounds like a delightful idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 points. And it doesn't actually go to go to 10 minutes because I have an extra 1 action recovery. That's much better.
Six points. I'm throwing all 6 points into might. In the case of do not drop.
Mm-hmm.
So you lick your paws and feel better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I have extra recovery roll per day. So I am
only
actually
do one at a time.
Yeah.
What was that? No,
You only
so
do one
you
at a
can
time.
make 2 recovery rolls that each take 1 action.
1 action. Yeah. So
the next one you have is another 1 action one.
Yeah.
But you can only do 1 per turn.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. No, it says this roll is just 1 action. So it's 2 recovery rolls that take 1 action.
No, each are 1 action.
Each is 1 action.
That's not what the special bill. That's not what the text from the thing says.
I paraphrased the text from the thing. It's an extra. Each recovery roll takes 1 action.
Okay.
All right, Gen X. As you're flying above all of this. You see Froggy is severely damaged. Kitty's hurt. The Matrix is starting to float backwards away from you guys, and the soldiers are swarming in toward you / the robots. You're not sure if how they're actually going to feel about you guys once the rest of the combat happens, but so far they have not opened fire on you.
Ray, you're muted.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. Sorry about that. All right. So now, before I was so rudely interrupted, GM intrusion, crash reintroduction, and so wait a minute. If I'm hovering, let's say, like up here, if you can see my icon.
Yes.
If let's say I'm here, but I'm up in the air, like above Paw and Crash.
Yeah.
And if I use disincentivize, would that also affect Crash and Paw?
No.
Okay.
They're part of your team. They know you're not talking about them when you're talking.
All right.
You get to decide who it affects and who it doesn't.
Excellent.
So I mean, you could make it affect me if you wanted to, get me back for disappearing.
Later. So, then after all of that brouhaha, I yell out, "You might as well surrender now because reinforcements are coming still." And really wish I had thought of something more clever, but we're still working this through.
And who are you aiming this at?
This is being aimed at Kitty, Froggy, Matrix, and to whatever effect the Somnum and still living people, like basically whoever can hear that. Granted, if there's fire going on beyond the barricade where Bunny hopped and then hopped back, I'm not expecting that. It is primarily aimed at generally who is around the tower.
Okay. So let's make it the target 5, since you're including Matrix in that, and that's the person this will have the most effect on if you actually manage to hit her.
Yep. Okay.
So if it rolls a bit less, it may hit the others, but she's the primary person.
All right. So that is then it's an intellect roll.
Yes.
Okay. Boom. Difficulty 5. I don't have
and once
anything
again,
to come.
Some effort might be useful in the case.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do that. But I'm just trying to think if there. Oh, hold on. No, that's not okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm just trying to see if I see. I don't have anything that starts to knock down any casting costs, so I got to look into that.
You have intellect effort or intellect edge. What's your intellect edge?
Well, let me get back to that window.
I think it should.
Intellect edge is 1.
Did you not take a second point of edge? Or do you have a point of edge in something else?
Oh, I forgot to take that point of edge. Okay, yep. You're right.
Yep.
2. Okay. So that goes towards. Now, does that automatically lower the cost?
It will. You'll have to add 1 though, because the disincentivized costs 1, and that's not part of the calculations right now. I'll work on getting it all figured out.
Sure. But right now, should I be at 5 or should I be at, or does this balance back out to 5 with the disincentivized?
The edge doesn't affect the difficulty, just the cost.
Reduces the cost against your.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So. Right. Yes. 2 effort. Because damn it. And we're back over here. Submit. And yeah. No clever line. Can't ask for anything on that. Here we go. All right. Well, hold on. No, we're gonna spend 1 and re-roll that. So, intellect 5, 2 effort. Submit. Okay.
Oof.
All right. This is better.
Okay.
Do I play the cost again?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Crash is gone, Jack's gone, and Paw is gone. Okay. So Matrix gets freed up. And she decides it's in, her best interest to take a shot at the people who have been shooting at her, once again with her delightful glitter gun. In a wonderful shotgun pattern, and knocks out a whole bunch of the soldiers.
Sort out her priorities.
All right, so where are the robots going to go then? Oh, wait, that's right. Somebody taunted them. So, Paw. So first, Kitty is going to try to laser eye you again.
Okay.
So speed defense, target 4.
Target 3 because it's disincentivized.
Right,
oh no,
3.
I'm sorry, no, it's not. No,
No.
Oh wait, yes, it is.
Right, that didn't work.
Yes, it worked on the difficulty 4 guys, just not on Matrix.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, so that takes us down to 3, and I have the
deck shift.
Yeah, and I got So
that makes it a 2.
Takes it 2.
You got it.
Okay. Yes, made that.
All right.
Froggy.
And do a second one for Froggy.
Yes. I will take that.
Oh God.
So what would you like your major effect to be?
Take an attack on it.
Froggy hits Kitty.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Actually, that is a fantastic idea.
All right. Froggy takes a chunk out of Kitty. Tries to remove its head. The head's fixed a bit better than it is for a human, so it doesn't come right off. But yeah, it's not doing good. Okay. Let's see. Requiem is moving up into something resembling a formation. Bless their hearts. These are weekend warriors, by the way. They're not terribly good at their jobs. They just get, they've purchased their own tactical outfits and are showing up with their AR-15s. So they're, a little outgunned for what they're doing, but they move forward and open up fire on the 2 robots over here because, well, they have been murdering their friends.
Bless their little hearts.
Paul may want to duck.
And they
saying.
take Froggy out of commission. So Requiem and Somnomentarium continue their assault on Matrix. Because, well, she's dangerous. She's just murdered like 3 of their friends with 1 shot.
Yeah.
Requiem. All right. Black Ice.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going with flinging icicles at things. It seems to be working at the moment anyway. And I'm gonna go after Kitty because Kitty looks like they're on their last leg. So I'm gonna use a physical onslaught. Is it still a 4?
3.
Yes.
3.
No,
Thank
3.
you.
Yeah.
And there we go.
All right. And you take Kitty down. Boom.
Woohoo.
So at the start of the next round, then, in very good supervillain fashion, realizing that all of her minions that she brought along with her, with the exception of 1, are dead, the color of Matrix's rocket boots changes from the previous, normal red color to a nice bright blue, and she flies up whoop, into the atmosphere with a nice arc and disappears. And now you are standing inside of an in memoriam base, surrounded by a smaller number of soldiers, including a couple up in their towers. Everybody's rifles are aimed at you. The remaining Somnium Eternium, who is not looking good. He's been battered rather severely 3 times by a giant robot rabbit, steps forward and holds up his hand.
Gola!
Good boy. Sit.
Which one of you is in charge here?
I point to Gene.
Yeah. And so I'm still here, and I'm still in the air after that's being asked. And I do the Zod descent down onto the surface.
Wow, you just aged yourself both in character and out of character. Well done.
I will be happy to negotiate the terms of your surrender.
He looks over his left shoulder at the 3 zombie soldiers, 2 of whom are in perfectly hell condition. Looks over at the other ones, flanking from basically who are now standing behind you, and says, how's this? We will not in the slightest bit complain if you all turn around and walk out that north gate, and we will not shoot a shot at you, and we will not make a complaint. Just walk away, and we're done.
Looking around at the other soldiers, and especially seeing the 3 that are attempting a formation. And exactly what assurance do we have that none of your guys will go rogue?
Because I'll take this and shoot them in the head.
Doesn't...
Right, guys? And then the 3 guys over there. The 3 zombie soldiers are just standing there, just stone cold with their weapons leveled towards you guys, not moving at all. They aren't even breathing.
That's creepy.
So without breaking eye contact, I call out. Sound like decent terms to the rest of you? To everybody. Paw?
Yeah.
You all right with that, Black Ice?
Do I get to keep the puppy?
We'll talk.
Pink needs a pet.
He looks over at the puppy robot, and it's block of ice. You know what? You can take it.
Tink needs a pet. Yeah, I'm okay with it. They got to load the puppy onto a truck for us and give us a truck. Get the
It's
hell
on a
out
block
here.
of ice. You could just slide it.
Yeah, but they got to work for it a little bit. They put it on a truck and we take a truck. I'm good.
Or remember
your guys on it. Crash. Since you were so kind to rejoin us, would you like to leave together?
I don't know. 7 of them, 4 of us. The odds hardly seem sporting for them, do they?
You hear this horrible wheezing noise coming from the Memento Mori as one of them inhales through lungs that very rarely get use and says, You think there's only 4 of us out here? And it looks back over its shoulder at the little house at the end of the way where the other 4 came out of. How much do you trust your recon?
Since I'm feeling in such a team player mood, let's call it a day.
So one of the Requiem guys goes into the now collapsing warehouse and comes out with a hand cart. The other 2 Requiem guys lift up Puppy, drop it onto the hand cart, and do the, it's yours.
On the truck. On the truck.
They look around. I don't know if I would drive one of those right now. There's been kind of a lot of damage going out. Do you trust that the shrapnel hasn't hit any of the fuel lines? I smell gas. I don't know about you.
Well, I'm looking at the truck behind them. That's been behind the gas tanks. There hasn't been much there.
You do note that the ground is kind of wet around there.
Ah, fuck.
Exploding
Fine.
missiles, random gunfire. You're kind of surprised the whole place isn't on fire yet.
All right. I'll actually start pushing it. I want the damn dog, okay?
You're dragging the dog along with you.
Yeah, no,
Did you head out-
there is that one smaller vehicle outside the north gate, so we can probably fit Puppy into.
Yeah, it's a Humvee.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can steal one of their Humvees on the way out.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you pile into a Humvee. They don't seem to make any further complaints about it, although they all kind of gather around the entryway, and a couple of folks climb up into the 2 now unoccupied towers, one of which is partially on fire because of laser shots. And, keep an eye on you folks as you head out and head down the road. So you get into the Humvee, you drive by, you find where the Subaru that you had borrowed is currently stashed in amongst the trees. Are you going to keep the Humvee, or are you going to slide Puppy into the back of the Subaru and drive off only in that?
Both?
Yeah, I was going to say both.
Okay, so who is going in which vehicle?
I'm staying with the dog. My dog.
Oh, we gotta figure out where to take it though, because you can't take that home.
No.
Take it to Tink's
Drop
lab.
it off with the troll down in
Oh, there you
the
go.
internet troll.
There you
He'll
go.
get it to Tink.
You do have an industrial area in the northern part of your neighborhood, so you might be able to find a place to stash a unlicensed military vehicle there for a little while at least.
Yep.
Put a tarp over it or something. Who knows?
But I can't go and just put it, in one of the interior parking lots over at the Adam family compound.
You would have to drive it clean across the city.
Okay, that might be problematic.
Going over the bridge, you're fairly certain the police may have, take interest in unlicensed Humvee, fully armored.
Yeah.
So, but you figure you can find somewhere to stash it in the neighborhood, at least for a little while, till you find a more permanent place to put it. All right, so who's driving in the Subaru?
Oh,
I'll take the Subaru.
Yes. I will ride with.
Okay, so the 2 of you get into the Subaru, and
Yes.
thankfully to the asymmetrical all-wheel drive, it pulls out of the moss and dirt that it is parked in, and y'all head back as the very beginning of dawn is starting to light up onto the horizon. Drive down back into the city.
Yeah, I figure those two have some shit that they're going to have to work out. I do not want to be around for that conversation.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just no. So you want to go stop for some ice cream on the way back after we drop Puppy and the Hummer out?
That sounds like an awesome idea.
Ice cream for breakfast.
Ice cream for breakfast.
Yep.
And a coffee.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, so you're going to stop by Sunbucks and try to get some coffee?
I'm sure whatever diner we stop at for ice cream has coffee too.
That is true. You could just stop on any of the many diners on Long Island on your way there too. Just park, your unlicensed armored vehicle out in front, and who's going to fucking say anything about it, right?
Who's going to notice?
With the military robot dog in the back.
Oh, and which has already melted and started moving now. So you may need to do something to it to keep it from attacking. So
let's drop him off with the troll first before we go for ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay. So fortunately, dropping stuff off the troll is quite easy because there's a big grate over an intersection, and you can just kind of lift it up and drop the thing down, and it'll find its way down.
My standard.
Push.
Boing.
Have they fixed that intersection yet?
Yes. They've put a large grating over the hole in the middle of it.
Yeah,
it seemed the best solution at the time because there's precious little ground underneath to put a road on top of, so they just put an edge around it and put a big grate on it. It's a lot of heat's coming out of it. It's rather nice. It's a popular place for the unhoused in the neighborhood.
Meanwhile, the large robot dog is doing its best Bobby McFerrin impression as it goes down.
I put a note on it saying, "Tell Tink this is from Black Ice," before I shoved it down.
Just write on it with the Sharpie.
Yeah,
exactly.
To Tink.
Okay.
Love Nev.
So you stop and you get yourself some coffee, and the waitress is looking at you all kind of funny. Possibly because of the burns, shrapnel, bullet holes, and other things going on with your clothing. Or maybe it's the fact that all of you are completely covered in green and red and orange and yellow glitter.
Which really stands out on my all black outfit.
Yeah, it does.
And you also realize that the inside of the car is covered in rainbow glitter. And you're not sure if there's any way to get that all out before you have to return it.
Fucking craft herpes.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that's good for this week.
All right, so thank you, everyone. This has been issue 9 of The Powers That Be. This one was called A Hop, Skip, and a Punch, Part 2. We're going to get out of here. We're going to come back in a few minutes, do an after show. Again, for those of you that may not have been following along, both this and that will be up on YouTube in the next couple of days. Thank you all for following along. Again, if you like what you do, there's a donate link down below. Feel free to toss us some green so we can do this even better. In the meantime, for Patrick, ECAT, Julie, and Ray, I am the Vitruvian Meeple. Good night, everybody.